Hello guys, welcome back to another day of Tarot Advent, and of course, as expected, on day 3 I've already skipped a day. I mean, yeah, I just didn't have the time or the energy to do it, to be completely honest. Just one of those days. So today is 4th of December, and I'm doing like a reflection reading for yesterday, and then I'm gonna pull 3 cards for today in a separate video. So let's do this. Okay, so a reflection on yesterday, maybe a lesson or whatever, or just some insight. It doesn't have to be like something to do with yesterday, but yeah, let's just see what pops up. Something that I need to hear right now. Okay, so 4 of air, looking very esoteric to me, at least. I really hope you can see that. 4 of fire, and 10 of fire. Wow, very, very fiery. Okay, so let's get to it. First we have 4 of air, and as I said, like, looks very much esoteric to me. Like these various like geometric structures, interconnectedness. This kind of looks weird to me, like with the black square in the middle, like it's kind of strange. It's kind of like a weird emptiness within creation, if that makes sense. That's like just first things that keep popping into my mind. Oh, again, we have one of those like third eye up or eye above the head things. But also, this kind of reminds me of a spider. Like, if this is the body and like these are the legs, but whatever. Also, it reminds me of constellations of stars, like being connected. We have some like braids or like knot work in the back here. This appears to be like an angel, but like almost like a very intellectual one. But then again, we also have like this clock here. 9 o'clock for some reason. Interesting. We have like these gears in the middle. So it's kind of like a very, like, it's spiritual, but also kind of very technological, steampunky almost, to a degree, I guess, at least in my brain. Like very, the squares are making me think of like a very intellectual, which makes sense because it's the element of air, right? So there's some kind of structure to this interconnectedness, and it makes me think of the Aquarius mind. Like, I need to understand how things work, even though they are spiritual, and sometimes you just can't put them into a like intellectual system type of a thing to understand it, but sometimes you can, and this makes me think of a moment when it clicks, but also it kind of reminds me that I don't have to have an explanation for everything in order for it to work. But yeah, the main thing is like this interconnectedness and the cause and effect, I guess, that everything has on everything. Like if one gear moves, everything moves kind of situation. But then we have like this super fiery energy. Like the four of fire is like a very direct, like very like Sagittarius vibe, very like focused energy, like this one focal point. This almost seems like the tip of the arrow. I don't know if you can see this, like this tiny speck of light. And the way they're like looking straight at me. And then I believe this is the sun in the back. It's like very like putting you on point, like reminding me of what my focus is, kind of decluttering my brain of all the things and just focusing on the goal in front of me. Yeah. It's reminding me of the energy that we have to kind of direct whenever doing spell work or any type of energy work. But very, like, very intense, very... It also kind of warns me of the... How should I put this? Of, like, not seeing the bigger picture, like, being too narrow-minded, like, having your mind directed to, like, too much to a specific detail instead of seeing everything. That can also be kind of detrimental. But then we have the 10 of fire. And this is like, wow, very fiery. Is this like kind of a spacey figure that's like see-through and like there's stars within them? And also again we have the chakras lit up and they're like on fire basically. Then we have like some, like they seem to be holding like a hammer and a chisel, I would say, because they are like making this, not a sculpture, but yeah, you know what I mean? Like when you like chisel shapes into stone. Yeah, my brain. But in this kind of a universal big picture kind of thing, again, like coming from this one to this huge view of things is very interesting. Obviously it has again like this very strong solar power energy to it, and then we have the sun at the top with the eye again. But yeah, this gives almost like a solar entity, solar deity vibe, creating the world with their like hammer and chisel. We have like different animals chiseled out of the stone. Fuck, I can't remember English words for things. But yeah, I can see there's a bear, there's a horse. I'm almost certain like this is some type of a bug here in the back. There's a wolf, an eagle or a hawk or some kind of bird of prey. So it's interesting. It gives like the energy of fire is sculpting the energy of stone or the energy of the earth element. Very interesting. Like very overpowering, but also very kind of stable in a way. It almost makes me think of when you actually allow yourself to fully stand in your power, but in a very centered way, not allowing that power to just like go on a rampage, you can direct it in like for creative purposes. Huh. Yeah, this makes me think of like of witchcraft, and yeah, of just my thoughts lately on my spiritual path and on my craft. And this is like a constant process for me, to be completely honest. Like, I'm constantly trying to my brain is constantly trying to make sense of things, which is really annoying because it kind of makes me too narrow-minded, I would say. Like, too my focus is like going, like, I'm too narrow focused, if that makes any sense, with my energy. When if I just let this go and see the bigger picture, like, then things start happening. Then I can see the results of my craft, of my work, and it's amazing and it's beautiful. But then, like, yeah, that's what this makes me think of, like, constant cycling of this. I'm curious to see what it says in the guidebook. Okay, so this is it for the Tarot Advent Day 3. Like a reflection on yesterday. This was on my mind, actually. And I'll see you in the next video, where I'm going to be using a spread for Day 4 of Tarot Advent.